Hello, good evening, and welcome to day 3 of the live video series. Today I'm going to discuss with you the famous quote, "Happiness is about the journey, not the destination." And I remember that I struggled with that quote. I love those motivational quotes. I use them a lot myself, and this quote, it took me a while before I got it. What does it mean? Because you have to go somewhere to reach something. You have to set a goal in order to know the way and know what you're trying to achieve. And so what you don't want to do and what do you want to do to achieve that goal. And then I realized that setting your goal and looking forward is a great thing, but if you're only working and only looking forward, then you never appreciate what is. Because once you've reached that destination or that goal, all you will do is set a new goal and worry about reaching that goal without being appreciative of what you actually achieved. And without being appreciative of what is happening right here, right now. And the best way to be happy is to be appreciative of what you've got at this point in time. You can compare it to mindfulness, which urge you to do things mindful. So, for example, when you're taking a shower, a lot of us already start planning our day when you take a morning shower and think about the tasks that lie ahead, and before you know it, you're already in that race and your mind goes wild. How about you take a shower and you just enjoy the water? You just enjoy being in the warmth. Maybe even being thankful that you've got warm water. The best way to be thankful of things is to go without them for a short while. I don't know whether any of you has ever gone camping, but I went camping once and we weren't able to shower for 2 or 3 days due to the travel arrangement. It was in Tanzania, Africa. And it was a beautiful trip through the Ngorongoro crater, but there wasn't a shower. So once we could shower again, it was the best feeling ever. So be appreciative of what you've got. And one of the best ways to do that is to actually journal about it, to keep a gratefulness journal. If you do that prior to go to sleep and you write down 10 things each day what you're appreciative of, you will see that you will start focusing on those things that are there, and it really can help you to make your day. So happiness is about the journey, about appreciating what is, and not so much only about the destination, although it's a good thing to set a goal. So what happens when we worry? Because that's something we naturally do. It's actually also not such a bad thing in itself, because it warns you about the risks that are there. If you wouldn't have a warning system, you might get hurt or you might do things that are not good for you in the end. So worrying in itself isn't too bad. But as soon as it keeps going on and on and on, and we know those feelings where you actually you start with a small thing and before you know it, it's all doom and nothing's gonna happen and you're not good enough, and you don't want to go there. So when you start to worry, a couple of things you could do. The first thing is to ask yourself, if I look back at this situation in 5 years, how will I then look at it? Is it still that important as it is right now? And the answer most likely is no, it's not that important. So it will put things in perspective and it will allow you to let go of what you're worrying of. Another important thing to do, and I think that also answers one of the questions that was raised in the comments yesterday, is when you feel you start worrying, say to yourself, stop, time out. I recognize this is happening for a reason. I appreciate that it's helping me to calculate the risks, but it's not helping me right now. And instead of thinking what you don't have, you rather focus on what you want. So this is also linked to that question, what do I do if I constantly think, what if I constantly go back to the past? And then most likely you think about something you don't have. But think about what it is you would like to achieve, or what you would like to have, so you can actually start working towards that. The first thing I told you about worrying is, how will that situation look like in 5 years' time? And the one thing I want to ask you is, what's the most important thing for you in your life right now? And I see I've got a viewer, so maybe you want to share what the most important thing for you in your life is right now. Okay, I think something's going wrong there. But the question I would like you to ask yourself, what's the most important thing in my life right now? And then another question is, where do I spend my most time on? And you might find out that that situation where you're worrying about is not linked to whatever is most important to you. You actually might find that you're not spending most of your time to that thing that is most important to you either. So I would say, ask yourself 2 questions today. What's most important in my life, and where do I spend most of my time on? And is there anything I want to tweak in my life so it's actually more in balance? I'll be back tomorrow with the 4th day. If you have any queries, please let me know. If you have any comments, please share them. But for me, I'm very curious to find out from you what's the most important thing in your life. And also referring to yesterday's comments, please let me know whether this partly or answered completely your question. Otherwise, I'll come back to it tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.